Hi, I'm Melissa Wyford St. Clair. Having grown up a stone's throw from the Mason-Dixon line, I'm a native Marylander now living in the upstate area of South Carolina. After living a transient lifestyle for almost 30 years as a military spouse, I am very familiar with the theme of bloom where you're planted. I'm an entrepreneur, poet, educator, and advocate. My poetry bloomed while living in Beaufort, South Carolina, a place of juxtaposition on matters of race. Today, I will be sharing the topic trajectory, advocacy through poetry. Speaking about social justice work under the recently launched White Girl Advocacy. The mission of White Girl Advocacy is to build a community of lifelong learners and advocates for social justice. I was intentional about selecting a date available closest to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, an official day of service, and celebrates the civil rights leader's life and legacy. Turns out, coincidentally, it's Poetry Break Day. #Godwink. To give context to my how and why, I would like to share spoken word of a poem I've written about my journey on the matter of race, Trajectory. Trajectory. Was your heart filled with dread? Did you turn your head, unable to withstand the officer kneeling? He already had the upper hand. Did it leave you with an empty feeling? White privilege ego, a viral video. Roll back the film to the Jim Crow years. White mobs flocked in throngs to witness the same and jeer. If you couldn't bear to watch, did you hear George Floyd calling for his mother near? The audio-visual made this incident personal. I cannot unhear, unsee. A journey on the matter of race called to me, challenging and changing my life's trajectory. When things happen in society that cause harm and raise questions for you internally, because you care about your fellow man, that turns you inside out. The murder of George Floyd, after report of unceasing harm to Black and brown-bodied people, sent me reeling. I was introduced to conflict resolution strategist Dr. Lynn Maureen Hurdle and enrolled in her course on the matter of race, white people committed to beginning the journey together. While doing the coursework, the homework assignments, poetry became a processing mechanism. I found I could not sit and write sentences, paragraphs. The responses and reflections flowed through poetry, an unexpected gift from above. People often ask if I was actively writing poetry before this. The answer is no. I wrote a little poetry as a young girl, but nothing in many decades. I'm using this gift to help myself, and I pray I help others as well. From a place of vulnerability, I shared my work with a dear friend and my husband. After this friend and mentor and my husband read, within a week of each other, they both said, "You've got to do something with this." When you hear something that close together, this almost the exact same words, I listened. I listened to those words through them from God, a strong and clear message, resulting in my first chapbook of poetry, Homework, a collection of poems sparked by one white woman's journey on the matter of race. The book was self-published during a chaotic household move and released March 10th, 2021. Again, I was very intentional in seeking and selecting that pub date because March 10th is Harriet Tubman Day, an important day for me. Harriet Tubman, also a native Marylander, is the talisman for my journey. Her courage and heroic flight to freedom, her strength and connection to God, her selfless and relentless pursuit to help others as a conductor on the Underground Railroad, her role in the Combahee River Raid, and her work with women's rights is all inspiring. I chose to self-publish to keep costs down in order to donate a portion of proceeds from the sale of each book to the Harriet Tubman Monument in Beaufort, South Carolina, until monies are raised for installation. Self-publishing was a new territory for me, but as a savvy virtual assistant, I was determined to figure it out. I did, but it was like running a marathon with hurdles. I recently shared on social media when prompted to share about a favorite Bible verse and why. Isaiah 6:8. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here I am, send me." I had a strong calling towards social justice in 2020. And while studying with Dr. Lynn Hurdle and coaching with Elise Smith and her fabulous team at the Divinely Driven Results this past year, launched White Girl Advocacy. Systemic racism impacts the lives of people of color daily. Systemic racism affects all of us. Listening to and learning from each other across racial divides can only strengthen the community as a whole. Doing this work isn't easy. My devotion for my friends of color, whom I love like family, entreats me to carry on. This ministry is one of education, using social media, speaking opportunities, and spoken word to share the message of advocacy. I deliver spoken word on the matter of race at open mic and public events, and virtually and in person. I am also involved locally with the Community Remembrance Project of Greenville, established to advance the work of the Equal Justice Initiative in Montgomery, Alabama, confronting the history of racial terror and honoring 4 lynching victims in Greenville County, South Carolina. This white girl is continuing to do her white girl homework and delivering education and lessons learned through White Girl Advocacy. As I'm nearing the end of my talk, I'd like to share another poem, Reconcile. Reconcile. I am white, the color of oppression. My face itself is a microaggression. Though I will never be able to walk a mile, and conflict leaders inform me to do more than smile, I am on a journey to reconcile. This is my journey. Keep doing your homework. Let's be better individuals and better neighbors. Please visit whitegirladvocacy.com to learn more and connect with me. Thank you, Pastor Elaine, for the opportunity to share my journey with your audience. In closing, I would like to honor the lives of 5 people enslaved by my white ancestors by saying their names aloud. Jane, Dina, Jess, Jean, and Jack. Thank you.